Hey guys, this is Jared here at Moose's again. We are shooting a video real quick on window perf. We're gonna do, if you can scan over there, you see our American flag helicopter with a soldier saluting. We're gonna be putting it on this Dodge 1500 with a split window. So we just got all the prep work done. We went around, cleaned everything with alcohol. So now we're gonna set it up here, make sure everything is lined up, and then we're gonna get started. Before we get started, some of the tools that I like to use are these yellow stick wrap tools. I like to use the Flexi Guide, just to trim around the outside. You can pick this up at Yellow Tool. Then of course, a knife, my Smitty to slice the back of it. One thing that I've started to do to a lot of the back windows is I put clear tape all the way around it just to kind of seal the edges. So that's a preference thing, I guess. So let's get started. I'll get the back window. What I'm just doing right now is lining it up. And I cut the bottom of I always cut the bottom of the window perf as straight as I can. That way all I have to do is rest it on the back window. Get it left to right, and then that is easily squared. I'll attach my magnet real quick, and there you have it. Drop this side down just a little. So now what I'll do is I will put some tape. Let's just do the center here. Just to hold it up right here. And I'll fasten it tight that way. There. So now I can take this side off. I'll scooch my Yellow Tool stool out of the way. Sometimes you gotta give Ernie what he wants. And I'll just peel it back, not quite halfway. And then take our Smitty down it. And just kind of a light, make sure you're going back and forth to get all the air bubbles out. You will see some streaks on this, depending the angle that you're standing at, but all that'll come out. And you just run it all out. Perfect. And then we'll do the other side. For those of you that have never squeegeed before, I always think that everybody squeegeed because I've been doing it for a little bit. But one of the basic principles of squeegeeing is instead of running straight up and down like this, you want to tilt your squeegee at a 45-degree angle. That way the bubbles, you're pushing the bubbles in a certain direction so they leave. All I'm doing is rotating my wrist. That way I'm going up at a 45, down at a 45, running the bubbles up and down. Seal it off. And there we go. So now it is installed. However, we got a lot of work to do. You can see that there's a lot of air under here, because the sliding window is recessed into the outside of the window. So what we'll do is we'll take our knife, one of my favorite knives that I like to use for most things is just this Avery Dennison white one. It's plastic, so we won't be scratching the paint. So first thing we'll do is we'll come up here and we'll cut just the outside. We'll run our knife along this. And we're doing an open cut, so my knife's actually facing away from the side. So now, since we made that cut, we'll go ahead and break this blade off. Get a new sharp blade. Get our squeegee, and you can squeegee it out. Squeegee it out. Now you see this is on the seal, excuse me, of the window. So what I'll do is, I took the time and I took this wrap stick tool beforehand and I peeled that seal up and I cleaned up and underneath that. So now what I can do, since we cut it tight to the window, we can get this. We'll actually peel that seal back up. And we can just tuck all of that in. We might need help tucking it in, so we'll just get our squeegee here. There we go. Nice finish. I mean, that's just my opinion. There you go. So then we'll do the same on the bottom. The one big thing that we have to watch is we don't want to go in there with, you know, a couple blades sticking out, because if we do, we're gonna hit this paint back in here, and or we could hit that seal that's back in there. So I like to keep this really short. Hopefully you can see how short that is. And then usually I just start here at the bottom. I'll find the edge. And then we will just run that edge. Taking our time. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast is a good analogy to use since we're doing a window for the military. And this doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, we're going to come back through and trim it again. Okay, so now, I'll get to that later. We'll take our flexi guide. We'll do the same thing, but this is just going to keep an even space all the way around the window.
Yellow tools here.
And we got more yellow tools. See that, Ernie? We're just trying to get you in any way we can. I'm gonna start back here. I'm gonna come right at you. And you can see how well that works. And the best part about it is when you're close to the edge and you can't reach, you just flip it over. Then you bring it up. Yellow tool just thinks of everything. Okay, so now everything is squeegeed, everything is trimmed. So the last little bit we got to do is I like to, now this isn't everybody, this is just my personal, is I like to seal everything with this tape. That way if you're pressure washing or you go through a car wash, this just seals the edges. That way you can do those things and not worry about if your sticker's gonna come off. Oh, then you pull and you twist and you press. Look at that. Look at that. Okay guys, so that's how we install a back window perf. So if you like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, make a comment, continue to follow us on Instagram and like our Facebook page. Until next time.